And on this Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is projecting optimism about Gaza's fragile ceasefire agreement during a visit to Israel today. Haya Penjwani reports.
During a visit to Israel, Vice President J.D. Vance says Gaza's fragile ceasefire is going better than expected. Vice President Vance and other White House envoys showed optimism over how the ceasefire is playing out in the Middle East. They said progress was better than anticipated as they visited a new center in Israel for civilian and military cooperation. Vance also urged a little patience as Hamas returns the bodies of hostages to Israel.
This is difficult. This is not going to happen overnight. Some of these hostages are buried under thousands of pounds of rubble. Some of the hostages, nobody even knows where they are. That doesn't mean we shouldn't work to get them, and that doesn't mean we don't have confidence that we will. It's just a reason to counsel in favor of a little bit of patience.
Vance and others are in Israel to shore up the ceasefire following a deadly violence over the weekend and questions over the plan for long-term peace. I'm Haya Penjwani.
Some Dearborn, Michigan residents are asking the city to lower the volume of the Islamic call to prayer. A petition signed by 40 residents was sent to city council members, saying the volume of the prayer affects their quality of life and tranquility. Dearborn City Council President Michael Serini says they are working with officers and officials to monitor the volume of the call to prayer. Police Chief Isa Shaheen says they have taken dozens of readings on the call volume, and a majority of them are within noise ordinance compliance. The chair of the Islamic Institute of Knowledge says they are willing to work with neighbors to keep the community happy, but also acknowledge that people are not complaining about church bells or motorcycle volume. A new Barna research report shows nearly 40% of young adult women in Generation Z, those born between 1999 and 2015, now identify as religiously unaffiliated. The Christian Post reports the data shows that 38% of Gen Z women ages 18 to 24 currently identify as atheist, agnostic, or say they have no faith at all. This is higher than the 32% of men in the same age group who said they are religiously unaffiliated. Other Barna studies have shown that since the COVID-19 pandemic, men are starting to outpace women in other key spiritual indicators, such as church attendance. As part of its ongoing State of the Church initiative, Barna reported earlier this month that 43% of men reported attending church weekly, compared to 36% of women. The gap in church attendance between men and women is the largest ever recorded by Barna since they began tracking the trend decades ago, marking a reversal of decades-long trends that saw women outpacing men in church attendance by a wide margin. And that's Newsmakers for this Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.